What's going on, everyone? Riddict here, and welcome to Off the Shelf Airguns. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Crosman Legacy 1000. This is a brand new one right off the shelf. And that is pretty much one of the reasons we're looking at it, is because this is the model that you can almost guaranteed walk in and get off the shelf at your local Walmart or sporting goods store, things like this. The Legacy 1000 is the one that you're probably going to find. Now, it does come with a little scope, but we're not going to worry about the scope today. We're just going to get right down to the nitty-gritty here with the rifle itself. I also have the 2100 Classic, which is right here. This is like the latest model of the 2100 Classic, okay? But with the Crosman Legacy 1000, you'll note right away, if you're familiar with the 2100, is that the receiver is not metal on this. This is a polymer plastic type receiver. With that said, it is a pretty solid plastic, okay? It does feel real nice and solid, so it's not like it's some flimsy thing, right? And as far as the gun, it is a little lighter, of course, than a 2100 because of that. One thing that it touts, though, is that you can get up to 1000 FPS with alloy, hence the name. And they say the reason for that is because the pump arm inside is actually metal, right here, versus on the 2100, mind you, the most recent 2100, is a plastic arm in there. With that said, what's going on here, and I'm going to explain what's going on here, is they basically took the old 2100, because in the old 2100 you actually have a metal pump arm in there and you have the metal receiver, okay? Because obviously on the newest 2100 it still has the metal receiver. So basically, you want the metal receiver, you got to buy the 2100. If you want the metal pump arm, which does make for better velocity, got to buy the Legacy 1000. So they took the original 2100, split it apart, and said, here you go. You want the metal receiver? You got to get the 2100. You want the metal pump arm with higher velocity? You got to get the Legacy 1000. Now, the question is, does the old 2100 get the similar velocities as the Legacy 1000? Well, we're going to find that out. We're going to find that out. Maybe not in this video, but in the next video we're going to look at that. But we're going to take a few shots with the Legacy 1000 here. Just using the old Crosman pointed pellets here, 7.4 grain. Of course, when we do the testing, we're going to use some alloy as well. Now, these run about $60 to $70 between there, about $65 in general. So, not a bad price, and I really do like the Legacy 1000, honestly. Still feels real good, feels like a 2100, it's just a little lighter. However, it does say that with this one you can pump it 12 times. With the old original 2100, they only told you could pump it 10 times, right? But with the new 2100 and the Legacy 1000, they say you can go 12. So we're going to go 12 for this first shot. And it's 12. Here we go. Wow. Went right through that can. That was pretty crazy. Let's do another one. Go for my black diamond down over the hill. Might be hard to see these on the video. Oh yeah. Smacked it real good. Smacked it real good. Whoop. The only problem with these 2100s and Legacy 1000s and the little breech you got to work with to get your fingers in there and get the pellet in there is a little tricky. A little tricky Ricky. All right. Oh yeah. Ba-ting! Smacks it. Smacks it good, man. It's got the punch. It's punching it. Do one more. We're just going to do 3 because it says with 3, let's take a look at this real quick. With 3 pumps, you get 500 up to 550, 6 pumps up to 850. See that there? And then of course with 12 pumps up to 1,000. Let's see what 3 does. See what it sounds like anyway against one of them saw blades or... Yeah, we'll do that. Still not too bad, really. It's definitely getting up there. And so, one thing else that I would like to say is, for the younger individuals out there, this wouldn't be too bad for them. They could probably still get a hold of it, but it is going to be tricky for them to pump this up. The 3 pumps, probably be no problem. Once you get past like 5 and you're getting up into the higher pump range and you want to go full maximum velocity, you're going to have to pump it, help them pump it up, because it's going to be, it gets real tough. So just do another 3. See what it does when I hit. Try a can. Oh yeah. Not bad. Of course, just like my other 2100s here, which I think it was about the late 90s when they started putting, it might have been mid 90s, but about late 90s when they started putting the fiber optic front sight on these. Legacy 1000 is no exception. It has the fiber optic front sight. And then of course buckhorn sight that's adjustable for elevation and windage, as usual. Cross bolt safety, of course. Younger individual might have an easier time putting the pellet in there, but for us older folks, especially with bigger hands, you're gonna have a tough time getting the pellet in there. Just have to finagle it around. Whatever. I don't know. Also on the Legacy 1000, it is BB or pellet, .177 caliber. And just like on the 2100, same thing. BBs go right in there. Okay. Of course, you have your follower on this side, right here. You tilt the gun down, you pull your follower back, it locks. Tilt the gun down, get the BBs in there, let the follower forward, and you're ready to rock and roll. I just don't use BBs in these because they have rifle barrels, and over time that will have an effect on that. So do whatever you wish, but I personally only shoot pellets through these. And so yeah, just wanted to point that out as well. Still, I do like it a lot, especially for the price. I'll keep in mind that you can still get the 2100 Classic for about the same price. Just you're going to be getting the metal receiver with this one. So if you really want that metal receiver, You can still get it on the 2100 Classic, okay? You just ain't going to be getting a metal pump arm inside. And there's one other gun I want to talk about here before we end this video. Take one more shot, and I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Go with the black diamond again down over the hill. Yep, the old Legacy 1000. You know what is basically a carbon copy of the Legacy 1000 as well? The Remington Airmaster. Now, some of you might out there be saying that you might want the Remington Airmaster because you wanted that metal receiver, right? And you like that brushed aluminum barrel that it comes with. Well, I hate to break the news to you. A few years back, I think around 2016, I actually stopped using the metal receiver on that. So basically, the Remington Airmaster is now nothing more than the Legacy 1000, just with a brushed aluminum barrel. So the big problem with that is that the Remington Airmaster is like a solid $40 to $50 more than this rifle right here. Okay? So unless you really desperately want that brushed aluminum barrel, I wouldn't even bother with that. Just get yourself the Legacy 1000 and you're good to go. Because you're going to buy that and then get it home and be like, wow, it has the plastic receiver. That sucks. Okay? So if you were thinking you would get that because it has the metal receiver, no, they took that away. The only way you're getting the metal receiver is right here with the 2100 Classic that you can find pretty much on any of the reputable online sources and some stores. This one I actually did pick up in the store at a Tractor Supply. Whether your Tractor Supply has them or not, or anybody else around you has them or not, is another story. But you definitely can still get them online at the reputable dealers. Okay. Stay away from sites that don't look right. There's some sites out there that are trouble. Okay. Don't go to those. There's sites that have a name like Airgun on, or Airgun US on, or Airguns, double N's, and all that stuff. It's a fraud. It's a scam. Don't use those. You will find out real quick that it's a scam. So, no, I don't know that from personal experience. I'm going based on what slews and slews of reviews have said on top of, you know, Better Business Bureau reports and things like this. You really only want to stick with the reputable sources like Pyramid Air, Airgun Depot, Sportsman Guide, Dick's Sporting Goods, Dunham Sports, your local Walmarts and things like that. If it looks too good to be true, it probably is, because these scam sites, they show everything in stock and they have these great prices and stuff's in stock that hasn't been in stock in years, and you know, and whoever's doing that has really got, they put the time and effort into that scam. I'm going to tell you that right now. So just stay away from that. They all look the same too. So if you see the different sites and you click on them and they all look the same, it's the scam site. They put a lot of work into it to make it look legit. So be very, very careful. Just don't even bother with it. Like I said, if it looks too good, just don't do it. Okay? Just stick with the reputable sources, please. I don't want anybody out there to, you know, get robbed of their hard-earned money from this nonsense from these people. So, yeah. So, Legacy 1000, I think it's pretty cool. With that said, we'll catch you all down the road.